Try if you try.
Hey, 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 people. How art thou? Hello to you all to you. Hello. Hey, Jason. Hey, Volvo. What's up, Cookie? Hey, Julia. What's good, everyone? We are here, and it is time to talk politics. It is time for the politics of it all. Hey, Lauren. Hey, what's going on, people? What is up? We are here. I am excited to talk all things politics with you all. Y'all know I probably am at the point in my channel where I am enjoying doing the politics of it all more than I am anything else. So let's just say it. I'm here for all of what we got to talk about today. I have some really good stories, not too many, because I'm only going to be on here for about an hour and at the most an hour and a half. I say that now because I do have to pack and get ready to go to the airport and get on a flight and go out of town. But I'm um yeah. So, but yeah, I have to I wanted to come and drop in and give y'all some politics stuff. I know I owed y'all one, so because I'm behind. But anyway, we are here. So where to start? I'm going to start. What's going on, Social Jeff? I'm gonna start with my sugar spikes and the bad stuff, and then we'll transition into good, happy stuff. Okay, so I'm giving. It's not all bad. It's not all ranting and raving. I'm not gonna be windmilling at the at the screen the whole time. We'll start off the sugar spikes, and then we will and then we will transition into some good news. So we're going to end with good news. Okay. So Jeff, you're gonna like one of our good news stories at the end. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. So stick around toward the end because we're gonna save all of our good stuff for the end. Okay. Shondo's in the chat. Shondo to everybody. Shondo's across the room. What is up, everyone? The first two stories um are the first two stories I touched on yesterday at the end of the live that we did about our kind of people. Um Actually we have three good stories for the end. Three good stories for the end. So yeah, we have I forgot about that one story. So we have three good stories for the end. So we have we have three stories, um, three sugar spiking stories. And then we have three good stories for the end. Okay. So let's get our sugar spikes out of the way first. So yesterday we spoke about two stories briefly, and I want to dissect some of them today. The first one being Mr. Urban Meyer, head football coach of the NFL Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars are probably between them and the Detroit Lions fighting to see who could be the worst team in the history of all North American sports. Okay. They had the first round pick. They had Trevor Lawrence. Hey, by the way, a little bit of the history of Urban Meyer. He's a college football coach. I believe he started at Utah, but he spent a good amount of time at University of Florida, where he was head coach during the Timothy Richard Tebow era, when they housed the derelicts of society, miscreants, and criminals on that football team down there to the worst university this side of the ninth level of hell, the University of Florida, where they had the Pouncy, um, the Pouncy thugs, those two twins on the team. You had the murderer Aaron Hernandez on that team. Just all kinds of fuck shit and fuckery on that goddamn football team for the University of Florida. No institutional control outside of the football field. Just a damn mess. And you can go and look up the history of that football team at University of Florida and how he did everything in his power to just hide as long as the players performed on the field. And I'm not saying that this is only University of Florida where this happens. This happens at most colleges and universities. But theirs just went just a tad bit further than most schools, okay? And he would hide things, pay off the local police chiefs and all kinds of stuff. Do anything they can to sweep stuff under the rug, which is why you can house a murderer and thugs and miscreants on your football team. Anyway, he then went on to be the head football coach at Ohio State University. Now, the one thing you can say about him, at least on the college level, he won games. He was here for when he was here. The fan base loved him. University presidents and athletic directors, hey Jay Parrish, loved him because he did what he was supposed to do: win games. However, he comes from that vein of white America, white supremacists, and he's the good old boy system. Okay, he's MAGA. He's all of that. So recently, he's been in the news because Jacksonville this past Sunday lost their first game. And like I said to you all yesterday, every other head NFL coach across the fruited plains after a loss is basically bunkering down at the facilities so that they can try and come up with a strategy so they can win. You damn sure doing that if you 0-4, if you ain't won a goddamn game the whole damn season, and you had the first round pick. So, but instead of doing that, instead of flying home, because they had an away game, instead of flying home with the team and going and assessing where they went wrong and coming up with a game plan and schemes and things like that in order to try and win a football game, because that's the whole big thing about being a NFL head football coach. You ain't got no time. All your time is spent on, if you're a winning coach, a losing coach, or anything in between, all of your time is spent on next game, what we doing, how we planning, how we strategizing, what we need to do, how we gonna move this piece and move that piece and do all of the things that we have to do. You have 8,000 jobs and 8,000 things to do every day. What's going on, China White? But Urban Meyer, I told y'all his last stint at coaching was at Ohio State, and he went down. His coaching career usually ends in scandal. He always goes down in a flame of glory, in just a blaze of glory, with some type of scandal or whatnot. And Ohio State was the same way. Anyway, but that's not the story. So, and even what recently happened this week is the story. I just want to give you more about his past. So this week he came under fire because, like I said, instead of going home and planning out shit with his team and getting the team better, he decided it was a good idea for him to fly to Ohio, where he used to be head coach and where he made millions of dollars as the head coach, and he opened restaurants there. And particularly, he went to his one of his old restaurants. And while he was there, one of the patrons of that restaurant, some looks like college co-ed, some little skank. Um Now mind you, Urban Meyer's a married man. Oh yes, very married. And I told you he's a MAGA. He's all about making America great again. And so while he was there, some college co-ed, some skank was grinding on him and dancing all on him and gyrating on him, and he's filling her up and all kind of stuff. And this is being caught on 4K video by somebody's cell phone that was being streamed live across the fruited plains. Yes, absolutely a bad look, a totally bad look. You're a married man. You have an 0-4 football team, and you're not doing it. You don't seem to have anything to do with trying to make your football team any better. Okay. So he's come out and the owner of the team says, oh, well, we need to look at this and we'll make a determination what we need to do. In layman's terms, I'm going to keep him on the payroll. Y'all need to just get over it, okay? Mind you, had this been one of the black football players, he'll be all over your television screens, being, castigated from sea to shining sea. But because this is a white man in a position of power, a head football coach, who happens to be MAGA and a white supremacist, conservative leaning. They ain't talking about it nowhere. But I want to give you, that's not the story. Y'all know I like to break stuff down. The story is to give you a little view into college sports. Here's the danger of college sports. I mean, people talk all of the time about NCAA and how for years and years and years and years until just this year, college football players were not able to garner any money or revenue from their likeness, name, or anything like that. White people, white men across the fruited plains were making billions upon billions upon billions with a B dollars off the backs of black young boys playing football and basketball and some of the other sports. Okay. And so Urban Meyer, while he was at the Ohio State University, he decided that instead of concentrating on his assignment, instead of X's and O's, because you would think that as a head football coach, your goal, your whole task and job is, let me make sure I got a good play. Let me make sure they learn the playbook. Let me make sure they know how to, run these drills or run this offense or run this defense or, read this defense or read this offense. Player development, getting them ready for the next level. Oh no, because Urban Meyer saw fit to teach his boys. I'm going to teach these here boys what it's like here in America, in this country, in my country. He decided during his time at the Ohio State University, a state university where public funds and public tax dollars are spent. Okay, he was going to invite Larry Elder. Oh yes, that Larry Elder, the one who just tried to um, run for governor of California, who thought that they were going to put Governor Newsom out of the seat and have him be governor. That one, the whole ass black presenting guy who's really um who would love to have his own breastplate of white supremacy and cloak of white privilege. Anyway, he brought Larry Elder to his football team to speak to the players about how systemic racism does not exist in these yet to be United States of America. He brought him there for that purpose, to speak to a college football team which probably is anywhere from 85 to 95% black black boys, let's be clear, because most of them 22 and under, black young men and boys, okay, and bring another black man in front of them who's going to teach them and tell them all about how there's no such thing as systemic racism in these yet to be United States of America. I'm gonna let that settle in. So while you mom, you dad had the whole thing, you gonna send your son off to Ohio State University because Urban Meyer done came to your house and sat out in your living room and ate your collard greens and black eyed peas and cornbread and ate your Kool-Aid with 2 pounds of sugar and told you, oh, that's a nice picture on your wall. Oh, don't worry, Miss Jackson. Don't worry, Miss Williams. I'm going to take care of your boy. I'm going to make sure he gets a great college education. I'm gonna make sure that he makes it to the next level. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to teach him that there's no such animal as systemic racism in these yet to be United States of America, so that he's disillusioned about what's really going on in this country and makes him more vulnerable and more susceptible to profiling, brutality, and all of the other atrocities that are going on with black men and black people across America. That young man wanted to make sure that the next generation of black boys were groomed and taught to fall the fucking line, to shut the fuck up, fall in line, and don't you say a goddamn thing that goes against our white supremacy and our white privilege. That's what we got going on. And if you think Urban Meyer is an anomaly, you are reaching. He is not an anomaly. And this is happening at, on a football team when they should be having football practice. We got this fuck shit going on. But here's the contrast. The contrast to that is, in sports journalists, all the goddamn time, what the fuck do you hear them saying to black professional players when they speak out on things revolving racism and stuff like that? Oh, you need to shut up and dribble the ball. Shut up and throw the ball. We don't want to hear your politics. We just want you to shut up and play. But these head coaches on these college football teams can shove their politics down the throats of black young men, whether or not they like it or want to hear it. And I guarantee you, let a motherfucker would have said anything counter or contrary to what Larry Elder had to say, and see what kind of repercussions he would have had. Oh, did I forget to mention? Conveniently, it was the year that Colin Kaepernick did his protest. Yeah, it was that time. When Colin Kaepernick decided that he was going to protest police brutality and police profiling, your guy, Urban Meyer, MAGA man, decided that it was a good time to try to indoctrinate young black men into believing that there's no such animal as systemic racism in these yet to be United States of America. And he's doing that all the while pushing this um, under the guise of this man who's black presenting, because that's the term that I have now for people like the Larry Elders of the world and the Clarence Thomases um, of the world and the Candace Owenses of the world. They are black presenting. They have the look of a black person, but they ain't black and want no parts of being black if left up to them. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what I know. That, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to start off with that one. I ain't have to go off on a tangent and have a whole sugar spike going on. But I will say, while I'm not a fan of helicopter parents, not a fan at all, there are some cases where you do need to monitor what the fuck is going on in some of these places where you send your children. Just a goddamn mess. A goddamn mess. Larry Elder, if you don't know, is a man who blames black people for all of the problems that black people have. Because in his estimation, white people had nothing to do with how black people are where they are in society. Had nothing to do with black people not being able to, have the same opportunities as white people. Let Larry Elder tell it. Damn mess. Don't get me started on Larry Elder. But while we are discussing, this is a great segue. Since we're discussing black people who are black presenting, but not truly black, let's discuss, as I did yesterday, your girl, not my girl, your girl, Sage Steele, sports journalist and anchor for ESPN. Oh, yes, the mothership. Now, I'm not going to focus so much because I told y'all, we talked about yesterday what Sage Steele did and all of that. How Sage Steele went on Jay Cutler's podcast and she started talking about how women in journalism need to know how to dress. And if you come up to her and ask her for help or ask her for advice, she's going to look at you and say, and see how you dress and say, yeah, I don't want to associate myself with you. And women need to understand that when they wear certain things, they invite certain things on themselves and they know what they're doing and all of that. How she went on to say that Barack Obama, she can't believe that Barack Obama wrote black on his census because he was raised by his white mama and his white grandmother and his black daddy wasn't around. And so how can he identify himself as black if his daddy wasn't around. Sage Steele, who herself is biracial, she has a white father and a black mother. Sage Steele herself, who, when it's convenient for her, identifies as black when she want to get a plate from the cookout. But any other time, she don't want no part. She will go to National Association of Black Journalists and stuff like that, where she's a member. Hey, Dolores. I'm sorry. Hey, Doris. I said Dolores. Hey, Doris. She will go to different things if and I'm telling you how she behaves like a lot of the black presenting ones. They'll go to black events and they'll be a part of black organizations so that they can have this pious and elitist type mentality about them so that it can make them feel above. They can have their own supremacy. They'd love to have a breastplate of white supremacy and a cloak of white privilege, but they don't quite have that because they're not white and they're black presenting. So what they do is they will join organizations that are all black. And because they may have a little name and notoriety and status because some white people saw it for them, or they're the token black person amongst a bunch of white people, they walk around the room of black people and look down on us like, yeah, you people are beneath me. That's what they that, and that's Sage Steele in a nutshell. Now, my issue is Sage Steele is who she is. This ain't her first time making insidious statements. This is not her first time putting her whole ass foot in her mouth. She been doing it for a while now, okay? However, my problem is ESPN. Disney, who owns ESPN. Now I noticed, and I said this to y'all yesterday, how they reacted and responded to Sage Steele is way different from how they reacted and responded to Jamel Hill when Jamel Hill called Donald Trump a racist, which he is. Here's the statement from ESPN. Hold on. Here's ESPN's statement. At ESPN, we embrace different points of view. Dialogue and discussion makes this place great. That said, we expect that those points of view be expressed respectfully in a manner consistent with our values and in line with our internal policies. We are having direct conversations with Sage, and those conversations will remain private. Now, Sage had her own statement where she apologized, backpedaled and pussy popped because she wanted to keep save the bag. Okay, she wanted to secure the bag and save the bag, so she had to backpedal and pussy pop. Here's her statement. I know my recent comments and created controversy for the company, and I apologize. We are in the midst of an extremely challenging time that impacts all of us, and it's more critical than ever that we communicate constructively and thoughtfully. Now, Let me tell y'all what ended up happening. Instead of ESPN suspending her, they wanted to make it sound clean and palatable. So convenient. Oh, I forgot to mention, all of these statements came because they were talking about her having to be vaccinated because she went and got the vaccine because Disney told her, hey, whore, hey, you can't work for us if you ain't been vaccinated. Period. No questions asked. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Baby, if you ain't got no vaccine, you are not working here. We need proof. We need real proof. And we will be verifying and validating this proof that you give us that you have been fully vaccinated if you want to work here and collect a coin. Okay. So she talked about how, what was it? She said how sick and scary it was for her to have to get vaccinated. That's how she made all these. That's how the Barack Obama comments came out. That's how the whole comments about women and how they dress as sports journalists and all of that, and how uh, she wouldn't give you the time of day because she don't want to be associated with you or whatever as a woman if you had on something she didn't feel was appropriate. That's how all this came out. Now, you would think that they would, because she had all of these harsh remarks for another president, that ESPN and Disney will come out hard. They are suspending her, but this suspension comes under the guise of her conveniently and serendipitously at the time that she, quote, has a positive COVID-19 test and we need to quarantine her for a week or two. So instead of y'all having the balls, because y'all don't want to alienate a huge part of y'all, viewership, the MAGA people, the people that fall in line with her level brand of fuckery. Because it's always about placating to the white supremacists. It's always about collaring white people and their white supremacy, which is why they had no parts of Jamel Hill when she called Donald Trump a racist. But they'll have parts of Sage Steele when she talks about Barack Obama and makes insidious remarks about him and horrible remarks about women and horrible remarks about being vaccinated. Okay, because that falls right in line. Hey, it's me, hey Abby, with what the fuck they want to do and how they want to placate to the white supremacists and how they want to coddle white privilege. Because let me read to you, because like I told y'all, they're going to put her on quarantine for a week because she conveniently and serendipitously has a positive COVID-19 test right after she got vaccinated. Now, I told y'all that they handled Jamel Hill much more differently than they did Sage Steele. I read y'all what they wrote on Sage Steele, right? I wrote y'all what they said. Y'all want me to? I'm gonna read it again, okay? I'm gonna read what they wrote about Sage Steele first, and then I'm gonna read y'all what they wrote about the statement that they made on Jamel here. Here's the statement that they made on Sage Steele, okay? At ESPN, we embrace different points of view. Dialogue and discussion makes this place great. That said, we expect that those points of view be expressed respectfully in a manner consistent with our values and in line with our internal policies. We are having direct conversations with Sage, and those conversations will remain private. That is the statement on Sage Steele. Here's the statement that they put out there on Jamel Hill. Quote, the comments on Twitter from Jamel Hill regarding the president do not represent the position of ESPN. We have addressed this with Jamel, and she recognizes her actions were inappropriate. Y'all see what we got going on, right? I'm just saying. Charles. And Sage Steele, like I told y'all, this ain't new to her. She been making all kind of ass backward ass comments for some years now. She's a whole ass clown. I told y'all she's black presenting. She's another member of the black presenting delegation. Not quite black, but black presenting. Y'all notice the difference in what they said about Jamel Hill? Y'all notice the difference. I'm gonna read these two statements. I'm gonna read these two statements again for y'all. Here's the difference, okay? Jamel Hill called Donald Trump a racist, which he is, on her Twitter, okay? Jamel Hill called Donald Trump a racist on Twitter. Well, you had to read it and interpret it how you wanted it. Hey, Fran, Sage Steele, there is video and audio of her making her statements, her remarks, where she talked about women and how women have to dress a certain way in order to be a sports journalist, where she talked about how sick and scary it is being forced to be vaccinated and contribute to the health and well-being of your fucking co-workers, you silly ass whore, where she gave insidious remarks about President Barack Hussein Obama by saying, oh, I can't believe he marked his senses as black because he was raised by his white mother and white grandmother and his black father had nothing to do with him. That's kind of not how this works with you being black. But whatever. But they didn't want no parts of reprimanding her. But they wanted all parts of reprimanding Jamel Hill. So much so, they had Jamel Hill was ousted real fast. A mess. A damn mess. A goddamn mess. Okay? Anyway, so that is Sage Steele and her ass clownery. Okay? When your daddy black and your mama is a white woman, I'm sorry, when your daddy is white and your mom is a black woman who likes to have white peen shoved up in her, and you indoctrinate your daughter to think that all things black is wrong, you name your daughter Sage. The black community, we don't even use Sage. Put a 27 in the chat if you're a black person and you frequently, I ain't saying you never did, but you frequently use Sage as part of your seasoning. I'll wait. All about all I know about sage is the song Scarborough Fair. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. That's all I know about sage is that song. And that song is one of the whitest songs ever. Only reason I know it is because in elementary school, I had a white music teacher, and he would teach us all of the whitest songs in the world. I know some of the whitest, most country ass songs in the world. Child. You said why I looked to the side like she there, cause child. A mess. A goddamn mess. So let me go from that to my final sugar spike moment. Now, I loved me some oregano bovo. I loved me some oregano, bovo. We don't do sage. I ain't seen not 127 in the chat because black people we don't use sage. I mean, not to cook with. Don't you like burn sage to clean your house or whatever? I don't know. To clear spirits out of your house. I don't know. But we don't be seasoning with no sage. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, my last sugar spike moment of today's live. One more sugar spike moment, and then we get into all good stuff, okay? So, in our last sugar spike moment, I told y'all that when the Dems got in power, when Joseph Biden became president, and we took the House again and had at least 50 seats in the Senate, which meant Kamala Harris could be the deciding vote. I would be more critical of the Democrats and Biden than I ever was of Cheeto Man. Why? Because we put them there. So if I put you in place, I'm gonna be looking at you way more hard than I did on the people who I didn't put in there. I'm just saying. Anyway, J. Parrish say they use sage in their cornbread. I don't know. What's up, Pinky Tiki? So when Joseph R. Biden was on the campaign trail trying to garner all of the black votes along with Kamala Harris by his side. Oh, they made all of these promises about all of the stuff that they were going to do. And one of the things that they told the black people was, oh, we going to give to HBCUs. Matter of fact, I got a plan. And it's written down, and you can go to my website and read the plan. And part of that plan allotted 45 billion with a B dollars toward. Now, people will tell you it's toward HBCUs. It's actually not towards just HBCUs. See, Joseph R. Biden remembers, when he wants to remember, Joseph R. Biden will always remember that he is a white man. I don't care what y'all tell me. He's always, I don't care how much of an ally he is. I don't care how much you tell me, oh, he's here. We invite him to the cookout. He can come and eat at the table with us when he needs to. He will wear his mantle of white privilege and his breastplate of white supremacy. Okay. So, Joseph R. Biden allotted that 45 billion in his plan toward all minority colleges and universities to include HBCUs, Native American tribal colleges, Asian and Pacific Islander colleges and universities, um, also Hispanic colleges and universities. So he was going to lump all of the minority colleges and universities together. You know what? I'm just going to help all of y'all in one breath. Just shut all y'all up and make all y'all happy with this little bit and call it a day. And I might have been happy with him allotting $45 billion to these institutions. Here's why they need it. They need it because I'm going to speak specifically to HBCUs. Now, as an educator, I have degrees in, I have postgraduate degrees in education. So I can tell you HBCUs, I know because I took a class on this and have a whole bunch of information. But when they look at colleges and universities, one of the things that help in the ranking of colleges and universities is their research. And you have schools that are called R1 schools, which is the top tier of research schools, and they get allotted a lot of money from state governments and from the federal government in order to perform research and do, different scientific researches, all of that stuff, to put out published publications and to publish their findings and stuff like that. Those are the R1 schools. They get allotted a lot of money in order to do that. There's not a single HBCU that falls in that top tier. That should tell you something. Now, last time I checked, I think there were 11 HBCUs that were R2, which is the next tier below R1 in terms of research schools. And that dictates the amount of money and funding that gets allotted to that university in order to help them perform this research and stuff like that. And that money just is not for research, but the school has discretionary authority to allot that monies in different places, scholarships, school-wide beautification, allotted to opening more programs within that university, however that university should see fit. So HBCUs for decades have been begging the federal government to give more money to HBCUs so that they can allot that money toward their research and stuff like that. And some of these R2 schools can be perhaps, elevated to R1 schools, which would give them a lot more money, and they can do a lot more with that money in terms of recruiting, in terms of new programming, in terms of new things in terms of on the courses and majors they can offer on the master's level, doctoral levels, and so forth, soliciting professors and members of the faculty and administration, so forth, so on, and so forth. This money that was in this 45 billion, all of it, all 45 wasn't going to go to HBCUs, but a good portion of it was going to go to HBCUs, was going to be designated to help in all of that. Now that the rubber has hit the pavement, we did what you asked because that's what you campaigned on. We did what was asked. We knew the assignment. We completed the assignment. We got you the Senate. We got you the House. We got you the presidency. And let's be clear. The statistics have already come out. It was us. It was black people, black men and black women who got President Biden in the seat. Let's just be clear. Let's be clear. It was black men and black women who got you the Senate. It was black men and black women who got you the House. And I remember me around December of 2020 when I was on the politics. Go back and see my old politics of it all, screaming from the rooftops. Why are we not always at the forefront when you start shoveling out and divvying out funds? Why are we always an afterthought? Why are we the first ones to get cut from the budget? And so what do we have again? The fuck shit, the fuckery, the ass clownery. Now, that number 45 billion that they spoke of while they were campaigning and telling you their plan, when the rubber hit the pavement and they really ushered that out, you know, that whole reconciliation bill and stuff like that they're fighting out right now, you know how much of it is allotted to those same institutions? Anywhere between 2.2 billion and 3.9 billion. Not even a tenth of what you campaigned on. Not even a dime to every dollar of what you campaigned on, which is sick and disgusting. And let me tell you something, Joe Biden. See, you're going to be looking for us in 2024. You and Kamala are going to be looking for us in 2024 to rubber stamp you into the White House. But we're not deaf, dumb, nor blind. We see how you promised us this amount for HBCUs, and we ain't getting nowhere near that amount. We ain't even getting a half of it. We ain't getting a quarter of it. We ain't even getting a goddamn tenth of it. We see what you're doing to our Haitian American, I'm not Haitian American, but our Haitian brothers and sisters down there to the border. They still deporting the Haitians to this day. This ain't Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell. This is Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer. I'm even going to call out my progressive caucus to the carpet on this. Cori Bush, Rashida Tlaib, where are y'all on this? Congressional Black Caucus, where are you all in speaking on and speaking out against how they have decimated the amount of money that they were going to give to colleges and universities that teach and educate our people? Where's the money? You know why they're not giving money? Because they know. See, you know what they know about us black people? White people know that black people believe that old Bible verse. The faith the size of a mustard seed could move a mountain. And that's all they give us as black people. They give us a mustard seed and we create brilliance and excellence. And so what they don't want is, let's just be, I told you, when he needs to, Joe Biden will let you know he's white and a white man. They want to find a way to say, yeah, we gave y'all a little something, but we gonna give y'all just enough to make y'all happy, but not enough to get y'all to where we are. They don't want any equity. They don't want this. They don't want the playing field leveled. They want to keep the HBCUs and these institutions, these minority-led institutions, these majority minority institutions, not just the HBCUs, but the tribal colleges and universities and the Hispanic colleges and universities and Asian Pacific Islander colleges and universities beneath the traditionally and predominantly white universities. Let's just be clear. Let's just be very clear. And that's why they have no problem saying, oh, we got to cut some funds. Okay, we just going to cut the funds. We just going to give it to you people. I don't give a shit y'all voted for us. We here now. What you going to do? What you going to do? We here now. Kamala Harris, where are you on this? You went to an HBCU. And listen, graduates of HBCUs all across America was touting the fact that Kamala Harris was going to be the first vice president ever to go to a HBCU. Dot 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 dot. Where is she now? What is she doing for the HBCU that she attended? Where's the money? I don't need you to go grandstand like she did, I think, a week or two ago. When did she go to Howard's game and do something at the game? I don't remember. She just had a meeting. Kamala Harris did earlier this week, where she met with the presidents of all of the Divine Nine, of all the Black Greek letter organizations. All of these meetings is doing what, boo? It's a you just trying to, take a picture and give the illusion that you're really doing something. You ain't doing a goddamn thing. A mess. A goddamn mess. Very disappointed. Very disappointed in Kamala and Joe Biden to this point. Very disappointed. Y'all letting the Kirsten Cinemas and the Joe Mansions of the world run roughshod through democracy. Mitch McConnell don't have to do a goddamn thing but sit back and let the Democrats fuck themselves up. Mitch McConnell could sit back and say, I ain't got to do nothing. They got this. We're going to find a way to fuck it up. And they do. Every time. A mess. A goddamn mess. Not here for it. So I just need to let y'all know, when they come around and try to solicit votes and all of this, that, and the third, and try and tell you, oh, we're here for the black people. We're here to help you. Who else is going to help you? Not you. Hey, B.R. Burns. Hey, Amber. A mess. A goddamn mess. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Congressional Black Caucus, you getting some too. Where are you all on this? It's listen. I'm gonna say this again for the 8,714th time. You cannot play nice with people who don't play nicely. And the thing about it is, all of this bipartisan garbage, the other side don't give a shit about being bipartisan. They don't want no parts of your bipartisanship. They ain't trying to hit no bipartisan. If they get in power, they don't give a shit what y'all do. They're going to do whatever they want to do. Please be clear. I ain't gonna look for you to help them do a goddamn thing. Now I noticed during the last administration, the same filibuster that y'all were complaining about was in place. Yet Mitch McConnell and those people on the other side of the Senate floor got whatever they wanted to get done done. No question that if they wanted something done, the shit went through. They wanted legislation passed. They didn't look to the left to see what y'all was gonna do. They said, "Oh, we're gonna get it done." I'm just saying, y'all over here playing, y'all playing games. Y'all playing reindeer games. A mess. Very disappointed. Moving on. Let's transition to our good news. Our last three stories are good. Now, 27 in the chat if you've been watching all the politics of it all. If you've been here since we started doing the politics of it all, you've been here for all of it, replay gang or however you've been here for all of the smoke, all of the sugar spikes, all of the ranting and raving. If you've been here for it, 27 in the chat. I just want to see, get a gander. And the reason I'm doing this for a reason before I go into this next story. Because I tell y'all all of the time, over here, we break stuff first. You know, we talk about the stuff first over here. Okay, hey, Yana. We talk about this shit over here first. We, unpack and unsheath stories first over here. We are never behind the eight ball. Never. It's just the rest of the people and the rest of media be catching up to where we are. Shout out to the 27 in the chat. So, if you recall, a couple months ago, hey, Reese's Species, thank you for coming out the clouds. If you recall, a couple months ago, we had a story here on the politics of it all where we talked about a young man by the name of Owen Diaz who had filed a lawsuit against Tesla because they were being racist and they were writing all kinds of racist messages on his locker at work, and he had all kinds of racist treatments that were happening to him. And we talked about, if you remember, we talked about that on here. He took it to his supervisors, and his supervisors didn't give a shit. And he took it to HR, and HR didn't do nothing, and so forth. And remember, we talked about his lawsuit, and I said I would keep y'all posted on what comes of the lawsuit. Well, I have good news from that lawsuit. That young man got his money, and a lot of it. Now, I know some of y'all, when y'all heard about it, immediately say, I remember we talked about that in the politics of it all. People didn't talk about the case back when and back before the man got his money, because they don't give a shit about us black people until it takes money out their pockets. And then all of a sudden, they try to give the guys up, oh, that's so good for him. Very not. Where were you when he ain't have a goddamn dime? And when the man was over here fighting for just to be treated the right way, just to be treated like a human at his goddamn job. Where the fuck were you fuckers when they was starting to report on it there? Y'all wasn't nowhere to be found. It was silent. Motherfuckers wasn't saying the goddamn thing. They wasn't reporting on the damn thing. But now that he done got his money, oh, now they want to celebrate. Were we not over here talking about this? 27 in the chat if you remember when we went over this story. Because we went over, we broke it down. We even read, remember we read some of the notes that they put on his locker and stuff, and the things that when he went to his boss, and how the boss told him that's your business, not mine, and how he went to HR. We went through the whole story, broke it down. Well, we have good news. Mr. Diaz got paid. He ain't got paid no little bit. Mr. Diaz won the lottery. Mr. Diaz got $137 million in a settlement. $137 million. Call him if you need a loan. Okay. I am so happy for Mr. Owens because, like I said, all of us black people at one point or the other can probably remember a time during your career or job or profession where shit went down and you knew it was blatant racism. You knew this shit shouldn't be going on. You took that shit to HR or to your boss or to your supervisor and they looked at you like, girl, boy, whoever, non-binary, find you something to do. Go busy yourself with, because I ain't got time to be dealing with you talking about racism. Get over it. Child, I'm here for Mr. Diaz. I'm here for you. Listen, let a bro hold $50. Okay, can a bro hold $50, Mr. Diaz? I'm going out of town in a couple hours. Can I hold $50? Because a bro is going out of town in a couple hours. Dear God, my Cash App is down here, Mr. O. If you watching from the clouds, Mr. Owen, which you might not be, but if you my Cash App is down here if you want to contribute now that you got 137 million. So, but we talked about when we did that case that he did have an open case against Tesla and so forth, and he won the case. He was it was a jury. Thank God he went with a jury and not with a judge. And so the jury found in favor of Mr. Diaz and he was awarded 137 million. Good for him. I'm happy for him. Because like I said, even before the man got a dime, we were over here reporting on how Elon Musk is over here making hundreds of billions of dollars. Okay? Hundreds of billions of dollars. But you got people over here being bigoted and racist to black people. We are happy. Collectively over here at the L Teddy 27 boudoir, we are happy for him. Owen Diaz. He's a former employee for Tesla who suffered racism beyond Burns over the course of his career with Tesla, and he sued them. And I'm not going to go back through all of the gory details, but I forgot how many months ago, maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, we reported on it on this channel while the case was still pending and open, and talked about, we went through all of the things that he endured down there to Tesla. So yeah, happy for him, great for him. Okay, that's our first good news. We got 3 good news stories. I'm gonna save the one that Jeff cares about for last. In our second good news story, okay, now for all you people in the great state of Georgia, I know I'm gonna put up a picture. Hold on. I know that we have to deal with the likes of one Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene, who represents the great state of Georgia. We now have a black man whose name is Marcus Flowers. This is Mr. Flowers. That is him, Marcus Flowers, who is running for the Democratic seat in against Marjorie Taylor Greene. It looks like he's going to be the one that's going to have the best chance to run to put up a fight against her. Over the last 3 months, he's already raised $1.3 million toward his campaign, and he is a war veteran. He's a Army veteran. He checks the box. He knows how. Now this is Marcus when he's just at the cookout with us, okay, and doing what he needs to do. But Marcus is a great politician, and he knows he's over there in the red part of Georgia. He's in red country, and you got to be able to speak the people's language, talk the talk, and walk the walk. Red country down to the state of Georgia. So you become this Marcus Flowers with the 10-gallon hat and all, out there standing on side of the wood in the country and stuff. And you tout the fact that you are an Army veteran. You tout the fact that you are not opposed to the Second Amendment and stuff like that. And you do all of those things that toes the line, but still can be progressive and democratic in your and left in terms of your political ideologies and thinking. Okay. It's an uphill climb. Okay. I'm just saying it's not gonna be easy. It is an uphill climb. There's a hashtag going around called hashtag vote vets, so that people can vote for veterans and so forth. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It is a very uphill climb for him because this is the reddest of red countries. Hell, you got to be the reddest of red countries to put a wacko like Marjorie Taylor Greene in the halls of Congress, but it's not insurmountable. Okay. So that is our good news. That's another good news that we have. Marcus Flowers. Hopefully he can do the damn thing. And certainly can unseat the ass clown that is MTG. Because she's a whole ass clown. Anyway, so not that you said, hey Tracy, not that you said mayonnaise is trash, child. Anyway, our last good news, and this is directed toward um so Jeff and all of my people in the great state of New York. This black man right here, want to know who he is? That black man is none other than Damian Williams. And who is he? I'm glad you asked. Damian Williams is the first black U.S. attorney to lead the Southern District of New York in American history. They have never had a black U.S. attorney to lead the Southern District of New York. He is a graduate of Yale Law School. He was a clerk for Merrick Garland when he was a federal appellate judge. He was a clerk for Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens. Um, and for all of New York being such a blue and liberal state, there he is one of only seven, and let me be clear, seven, okay, black attorneys in or several seven black attorneys, US attorneys in that area, in that district and jurisdiction. Only seven. And they have well over 200. He checks all the boxes for the Dems that they need. It's so funny because as a here's another picture of him. That's the picture you probably will see because I think that picture right there is from the New York Times. I like this picture, but I love a man in glasses. I love a man in glasses. Anyway, he's 41 years old. Um, and we're here for it. We are here for it. We are here for him. Um, yeah. I'm so glad that also he will be overseeing the he will be overseeing the case against Donald Trump in the Southern jurisdiction, Southern District of New York, which includes Rudy Giuliani, who also was U.S. attorney that led the Southern District of New York before he became mayor of New York. And we saw a little of that during polls when they talked about Rudy Giuliani cleaning up the streets of New York and cleaning up some of the Manhattan district, Lower Manhattan district that had all of the bookstores and CD and stuff like that. So thank you for that, Misha. Misha V says only NYC is really blue. Some places in Long Island and especially upstate gives very much Trump land vibes, but the majority of the population is the city population. Okay. I never knew until Cuomo that New York hasn't had any or women or any governor of color. Is there such a thing as a progressive state in the U.S.? China White, you be very some of the bluest of blue states and some of the states that try to present themselves as being the most progressive aren't as progressive as you would like to think. And that speaks to the history of this country, where even the side of the political spectrum that is supposed to lean toward black people haven't given black people a chance, haven't given women a chance, haven't given people of color a chance. And so now what's important is the Southern District of New York is very well known throughout the country and in their history for not kowtowing to Washington and not being with the politics of Washington saying, oh, well, you got to do this or oh, you got to do that. They say, nah, we are the sovereign district and we're going to do whatever we want to do. If it's a crime, we're going to prosecute that crime, and I don't care who it is. So I'm very glad and pleased about this. We are glad to see this happen. And that's a great, great, great story to hear about Mr. Williams. and it doesn't hurt that he's cute. Uh, you mad that I said he's cute? He could be, highly qualified and highly intellectual and be cute too. But he's 41, which I'm here for. That's good. You can look him up and see he has a very um long history of of in law. As I was reading up on who he was, because I was not familiar with him, but I'm interested to see. Right? That's right. In my, right in my age, right there, right there. You know, Mr. Williams, come holler at your boy. Do something with that. Okay. Anyway, um, so right, Jason, we need to see more people in positions of power that are younger than Methuselah. He's 41, still young, still active, still in his prime, still doing the goddamn thing. I was watching Lawrence O'Donnell last night, and it did my heart such good when they had two lieutenant governors, meaning the number two people in the state, the lieutenant governor of Missouri, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist, and the lieutenant governor of Michigan, Lieutenant Governor Barnes. Both are black men, young black men, doing the goddamn thing. And I'm supposed to do. I gotta put that on my list of things to do. I'm supposed to do a live where I talk about young black up and comers in politics. We talked about my boy whose name escapes me in Pennsylvania, who's running for the Pennsylvania seat. He's openly gay, married, black, young man. Why I can't think of this man? Oh, it's gonna come to me as soon as I get off this live. Running in Pennsylvania. Shit, it's gonna come to me. It'll come to me probably. Mayor of Baltimore, who's a young black man that's doing the goddamn thing. The mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. The mayor of Birmingham, Alabama. The mayor of I think it's St. Louis, Missouri's mayor is young and black now too, if I'm not mistaken. We're seeing these people pop up. An up and coming state senator in Florida, my area, Chevron Jones, who's openly gay and black and so forth. And we're seeing Mayor of Baltimore, right? Listen, the mayor of Baltimore is fine. That young man. Ooh, child, he is fine, fine, honey. Child. Jeff, you see him with the afro? You see him with the afro? Jeff, we had an afro out. Child. Now he fine. But no, Jeff, go look up the lieutenant governor of, I think it's Missouri, Lieutenant Governor Barnes. I think that's it. He fine too. Child. Let me give you his full. Now I can't remember his first name. Is it Marcus Barnes? Hold on. Let me look. Governor, Lieutenant Governor of Missouri is it Missouri? Hold on, let me make sure I got the right state. Or is it Michigan? No, it's not Missouri. It might be Minnesota. It's one of the M's. It's one of these states. Or is it Wisconsin? That's what it is. It's Wisconsin. I'm wrong. It's the Lieutenant Governor. It's Lieutenant Governor Barnes of Wisconsin. There he go. I think it's Marcus. Oh, it's Mandela Bar. His first name is Mandela. Go look him up. You won't be disappointed, so Jeff. Just tell you, it's Wisconsin. I had it wrong. I know it was one of those states up there, um, in the Midwest, but it's Wisconsin. Excuse me. He young and virile, and I wonder how old he is. He is. Let me see. I'll tell you right in a second. Um, Hold on. He was born in '86. His name is Jesse Mandela Brown. He is born in '86, which makes him what, 35? Just telling you, so Jeff, you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Remember that song? Remember that song back in the '80s? You won't be disappointed. Anyway, that's all our stories today, y'all. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life. The facts of life. We have the good, the bad, and both. Brandon Scott. I'm just saying. Child, so Jeff, don't get me started. I told you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Just saying. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to get out here. Get out of here. I gotta go out of town and go do some things. Um, I have had fun. I hope y'all enjoyed the politics of it all. I try to, when we do the politics of it all, we try to edify and educate and make sure that you are up to speed on some of the stuff that's going on. We don't like to that was a Jeffrey Osborne on that song, was it? What was that song? It was like a little, I forgot the name of that song. I don't think that was Jeffrey Osborne. That wasn't Jeff. Listen, I know Jeffrey Osborne. I'm a Jeffrey Osborne stan. Okay. Love me some Jeffrey Osborne. He can't do no wrong for me. Okay. Um, Listen. What's that Jeffrey Osborne? Cause that was that you won't be disappointed. I don't remember who sang it. I don't even remember the name of the song. I just remember that one line. I was a little boy when that was like out and stuff. That was like during the '80s or whatever. Um, can you woo woo woo? Of course. Can you woo 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 woo? Come on, that's Jeffrey Osborne. And you woo 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 should be mine. Oh mine. Come on now. What are we talking about? I was conceived off of Jeffrey Osborne and LTD. Okay, I was conceived off of Jeffrey Osborne and LTD. So I always have love for Jeffrey Osborne. Anyway, let me get out of here, y'all. Let me get out of here. We gonna get out of here. I now, so Jeff, all of y'all done got me hyped up to do this. Young black up and coming politicians, that next generation and next wave of politicians who the Dems need to be trying to usher in to bring in a younger base of voters, a younger voting base. But we'll get there, hopefully. But yeah, but there are some people in position. Like I said, the Governor Garland Gilchrist, is in Michigan. That's another one we talked about. He's lieutenant governor. He's not the governor. He's lieutenant governor of Michigan, Garland Gilchrist. And then we talked about Jesse Mandela Brown. not Brown, Barnes of Wisconsin. We talked about the mayor of Baltimore. Oh, I know the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. It's a lot of different. So I'm gonna start doing more research on that, and I'll bring that to y'all. I also owe y'all the Nina Turner live as well. So I ain't forgot. I ain't forgot. Still keeping tabs. Um, Jeff, didn't I tell you you weren't gonna be disappointed in Lieutenant Governor Barnes? You see it. Do you see what I see? Y'all don't remember that song? I don't remember the name of that song. Maybe it was just a Miami thing. Maybe it was a local Miami song. I don't know who sang it because I know being a little boy in Miami, that song used to come on all the time. I wish Tabitha was here because Tabitha, and I know she probably gonna watch the replay. Tabitha, if you make it to this part of the video, I need to know what song that is because Tabitha is a little bit. We're either around the same age or she's a little bit older than me, and she's from Miami like I am, so she probably know what song I'm talking about. Put it in the chat in the comment section what song that was. Child. So Jeff. Baltimore mayor's so Jeff, you need to go look up the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi too now. I ain't gonna lie. Um hold on. His name is what's that man name? Chokwe Lumumba. Go look up here. Just Google mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. Because he don't disappoint either. I'm just saying. That's another one who is crude. So listen, I ain't gonna steer you wrong now. Ladies, y'all might like him too. If y'all into the beards and stuff. Um, if y'all into that type of stuff. Just saying. Or the mayor of Birmingham, Alabama is a cutie too. His name is what is his name? Shit. He's a cute little chocolate drop. Let me look that up. Hold on. Randall Woodfin is the mayor of Birmingham, Alabama. I knew they had a nice young black mayor who is real crude too. And he's 40. The mayor of Jackson, of Birmingham, Alabama is 42. Lee Merritt. Oh, let me go look him up. Let me go look him up. See, y'all just listen. I need to get off here so I can go pack. I need to get off here so I can go pack and then take a shower before I get on this. Oh, hey Lee. He looks familiar, like I've seen him somewhere. I know I've seen him on something. I've seen Lee Merritt. I've seen him. Did I tell you to make listen? I ain't gonna steer you wrong, Jeff. Jeff, I am not gonna steer you wrong. Listen. Y'all, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to oh, he was attorney for Botham Jean's family. Okay, that's where I know him from. Okay, because I remember seeing his face. Jeff has a podcast. Y'all can y'all can watch his podcast. And you know what? Wait, Jason, come back, Jason. Before you go, Jason, come back. Wait, Jason. Hold on, Jason. Don't go no damn well. I need to tell you something. Okay? Always trying to go some damn well. God. Still, because, hold on, y'all. Because the people tell me that I don't have enough testosterone in the building Jason and Jeff, put a 27 in the chat. Let the people see your new digs. Let the people see your new outfit. Jason and Jeff. Can y'all put a 27 in the chat? Y'all put a shout out in the chat for Jason and Jeff, who have new outfits on in the shades of blue with ranches that can now remove some of you people that act off. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, the mod squad got a lot of estrogen and stuff. So every now and again, I need to infuse a little testosterone into the mod squad. So shout out Shondo's in the chat to Jason and Jeff, who are the newest members of the mod squad. And we want to congratulate them. And we are glad to see them with their new digs as members of the mod squad. Anyway, thank you all for your loyalty and your to the cause. You know what I'm saying? Now watch this. Y'all ever notice? I tell y'all we do stuff here first. I will mod somebody up. Next thing you know, you see these same people get modded all over the place. Not everybody want to use them for mods now. They always start here, and then other people be like, "Oh, let me get them a mod." Listen, little baby could tell you, because little baby got her mod stick here first, and not everybody want to use little baby. Also, even Nappy Child head mod, and Nappy Child is mod for a whole lot of people. But Nappy Child started here as a mod, and then everybody wanted to make her a mod. But that's all I gotta say. Let me get out of here. I done been on here 15 minutes longer than I was supposed to be on here. I gotta go pack and get ready to go out of town. Thank you so much, you all, for being here with me. I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. It is much obliged and much appreciated. I do this for you all because when we talk about politics, it's not being political, because politics permeates through our lives, and it has so much to do with how we live our lives and how we go about being who we are. So it's important that we pay attention and focus on those things in politics. Being somebody who's black and speaking on politics, I'm always going to be unapologetic. I'm always going to say it how it is and mean what I say. And sometimes it comes out harsh and abrasive, but when you have been as oppressed as we have been as a people, you gotta talk this stuff and be, hey Joshua, and be harsh and abrasive, because that's how they treat us. Anyway, until the next time, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out of here.